There are not many players sitting there on waivers who are considered a lottery ticket for the rest of the season or even for the short term. Not many of those upside plays just hanging out on the waiver wire that could go off on any given moment. It has something in their specs, whether it's their athleticism, college production, or just their situation that could allow them to go off. But we found one running back who stumbled into a situation due to injuries that could go off in the near future. That's a lottery ticket that we may want to look at investing in. And we're talking about Pierre Strong, running back of the Cleveland Browns. We're going to go over the news, the facts, the data, the advanced metrics to see whether or not you need him for fantasy football. But what you need to do right now is click that subscribe button. Tap it with your finger on your phone. Click it with the mouse on your computer, because we're doing these deep dives on these players every single day and try to cover as many waiver wire players as possible, along with helping you set those lineups and everything else. Hit that button. Stop missing out. Let's look at Pierre Strong today. The big thing is Jerome Ford's going to miss some time, maybe a game or two due to an ankle injury. That's something we're going to have to monitor for Jerome Ford, for Kareem Hunt, even Pierre Strong, who we're talking about today. But this is going to create some opportunities for some players, and we have to deep dive this, look into it. Maybe we can catch something here on the cheap. And Pierre Strong hasn't been used much this season. It's Ford, it's Hunt, a little bit of Strong sprinkled in. Now he's walking into a situation where he could be getting more opportunity. Again, not much in fantasy production, not much in yards, but still, he was traded to the Browns late this offseason by the Patriots, looking to get some gusto in this offense, developing into this role. And now we're into week 8, and it looks like he might get some extra touches this week, which is something we should be excited about. Again, he's not rostered in many leagues. Per ESPN, 2.9% of leagues have him rostered. He's more of a stash. He's more of a lottery ticket. He's not a guy you're running for. He's a guy, if you have space on the back end of your roster, you're looking for a guy with upside. You lost Keaton Mitchell due to that hamstring injury. You're looking to fill that void. You're looking for another fast running back. This might be it for you, because on the short term, it might burn and get you some fantasy production. The thing is, he was traded from the Patriots to the Browns late August. So for the ramp-up time in this team, August 27th, he had to learn on the fly. So getting opportunities is just slower for him right now because he's still in that developmental period. He did not have a camp with this team. He did not have that. We went right into the season with him on the roster, him hanging out on the 53, though. He made it to the 53. He's been hanging out, seeing opportunity here and there as he's learning the system, as he's developing with the team. But the Browns wanted him. They wanted a running back. Running backs are easy to get. They're easy to get these days because they're not hot commodities on the market. We have more supply than demand for running backs. So the fact that they made a trade for him, even though it's a small trade, it means something. And in looking at the stats here, he hasn't done much over the course of his 2-year career, but he does have that one RB1 week. He has flashed. It was with New England last year a little bit. He showed us a little bit here with the Browns, but still we're waiting for him to develop. We're waiting for him to mature. We're waiting for him to show us something, but we're in an odd situation where he's on a new team. We're about 9-10 weeks in with this team, and will he get some opportunity? It might happen this week or next week, depending on how long Ford is out and how bad he is. But Pierre Strong, all he needs is a hope and prayer, and maybe we get something out of him. And look at his production from the FCS level, South Dakota State, back in his days in college. Very productive running back. Very productive in the passing game as well. Look at him, over 4,000 rushing yards, 4,500 to be exact, 40 touchdowns. Very electric. Would have had a lot more if it wasn't for the COVID year in 2020 and getting yards after contact per attempt. 4.03 on his career. Creating a lot of missed tackles forced. 162 on his career. He has been solid, using the passing game to some degree. 22, 20, 14 on receptions. He's able to get it done in the passing game, but when you're getting so much workload in the run game, you can only catch so many balls after that. But still, what we like about him is he went into the FCS level, still got drafted in day 3, early part of day 3, round 4 to the New England Patriots. considered a top running back in that draft, in the top 10 in 2022 because of the size of just athleticism, because of the size we got here. That is something very encouraging. And what I'm talking about is this. We got 4.3 speed, 95th percentile speed score. We got an 86th percentile burst score. We have a bevy of college production, good breakout age. This guy can be the hammer in your fantasy lineup if he hits. He's going to be seeing some opportunities here soon. It might be just a couple carries, or it might be just that one carry where he just goes off, finds daylight, and gets you a lot of yards. But he's a player to pay attention to this weekend. He's a guy you need to watch because this Browns team has a schedule where Jerome Ford's out for a bit. You got the Cardinals in week 9. Everybody's running on the Cardinals. So if he does something against Seattle, does something juicy, and it could be just 50 yards, catching 3 balls, maybe even a touchdown, and only gets you like 10, 11, 12 fantasy points. It could be something minor like that. Everybody's going to go to him off the waiver wire. Everybody's going to make him the main headline in all the articles, and now you got to compete for him. Right now, he's free. He's a free pickup. You see him through against Seattle. You do not start him because that is a huge risk. But you see him through, and if he's getting touches, he's getting opportunity, and he pops off a little bit, one, you could use him against Arizona, or you can use that as a package to get another player you want via trade. Either or. There's multiple things you can do here. It's just not start player, get points. It's not just like that. But you can get him now, see if he can hit against Seattle, see if he can get some opportunity because he's got 4.3 speed, even if things are being locked down, because we know the quarterback situation is very dicey. The offense has been very up and down throughout the season, which might hurt him or create opportunities when you really look at it one way or another. So if he sees the ball in the open field, catches space on just the play, that could be a big gain. If he gets 1 or 2 of those, that could up his value on the waiver wire for next week. If he scores a touchdown, that could up his value on the waiver wire for next week. Catches 5 balls because the passing game's being locked down, that could up his value on the waiver wire for next week. And then we got the Cardinals. That'll spike the value if people think he's getting opportunity, which you can put him in your lineup or you can use him for a package in the future. That being said, you need him because you need a stash at running back. You need a lottery ticket. Lottery ticket. We used to put pictures in here, let you know what lottery tickets look like, because some of you guys don't understand. A lottery ticket is a player that you know has a high likelihood to fall on their face, go 0 on you, but the upside's immense. When you see a running back getting thrust in a situation where they could be seeing more touches, they run in the 4.3s in an offense that wants to run the football, that is something you need to look at because the upside's there and that's what you're chasing because it's the last spot on your roster. Everybody should be thinking about a lottery ticket, especially if your roster's not stacked from top to bottom. You need a lottery ticket somewhere. This could be the running back you're looking at, and running backs are the easiest players to stash because you can turn them, burn them pretty quickly, and also touches are a big indicator of that. If they're getting touches, then they're likely to hit for you, especially if they get some volume. But you don't need them because you're tough from top to bottom on your roster. You're stacked. You already got a lottery ticket. You're good to go. You don't need another running back. You don't have time to speculate, even though this is a short-term speculation because Jerome Ford's supposed to be back here within the next week or 2. This is a short-term play that you're just holding on a roster spot just in case he does something this week so you don't have to fight for him next week. That is the main thing here. And if you want to do that, there's an opportunity for you to do that right now. Catch him on the cheap as a free pickup. Pick him up, hold him, see what happens. Nothing happens, release him, get somebody else off waivers. If something happens, even if it's just a little bit, maybe you can package him off because you got the Cardinals game, or you can try him in your lineup if you're hurting. It's whatever. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Catch you on the next video.